Welcome to the countdown of the world's most haunted places, locations where history and the supernatural intertwine in chilling encounters. Let's begin our journey into the unknown. We're about to embark on a chilling exploration of locations where the veil between our world and the next is thin. Places where the echoes of suffering, tragedy, and terror linger in the very air. These are not just stories. These are real places, steeped in documented paranormal phenomena that defy explanation. Get ready to confront the unknown as we delve into the dark heart of these haunted locations, where the spirits of the past refuse to rest. Are you brave enough to join us? Our journey into the abyss begins in Singapore, at the haunted grounds of Old Changi Hospital. Picture this: you're walking down a darkened hallway, the air thick with the stench of disinfectant and decay. The only sound is the drip, drip, drip of water seeping from the cracked ceiling. This was once a place of healing, but during World War II, it became a living nightmare. Under Japanese occupation, Changi Hospital transformed into a torture camp, echoing with the screams of prisoners of war. The atrocities committed within these walls stained the very soul of the building. Today, the spirits of those who suffered and died here are said to still walk the corridors. Shadowy figures dart past doorways. Disembodied whispers send chills down your spine. Some visitors claim to have been touched, scratched, even attacked by unseen forces. Is it residual energy, the imprint of past trauma etched into the environment? Or are these the actual spirits of those who perished here, unable to find peace? We travel now to the desert plains of Rajasthan, India, to the ruins of Bangor Fort, a place where a sorcerer's curse has rendered an entire city a ghost town. Imagine, you're standing at the foot of the fort, the setting sun casting long, eerie shadows across the crumbling walls. An unsettling silence hangs in the air, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the dry grass. Legend has it that a powerful sorcerer, madly in love with the Princess of Bangor, cursed the entire city after his advances were rejected. He declared that no one would ever live there again, and that the souls of its inhabitants would be trapped forever within its walls. Today, the Indian government has officially declared Bangor Fort off-limits to visitors after dark. Locals and tourists alike speak of a palpable sense of dread that descends upon the fort as the sun sets. Unexplained lights are often seen flickering within the ruined buildings. Our next stop takes us to the murky waters of the Venetian lagoon, to the island of Poveglia, shrouded in a chilling history of death, disease, and despair. Imagine, a thick fog rolls in, enveloping the island in an ethereal shroud. As you approach its shores, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the cries of anguish and the moans of the dying. For centuries, Poveglia served as a dumping ground for the sick and the dying. Plague victims were quarantined here, their bodies left to rot in mass graves that still scar the island's surface. Later, a mental asylum was built, its halls echoing with the screams of patients subjected to inhumane experiments. It's said that the soil of Poveglia is composed of more than 50% human ash, a testament to the countless souls that have perished here. Is it any wonder that this island is considered one of the most haunted places on Earth? Fishermen avoid the island, fearing their nets will become entangled with human bones. Visitors speak of an oppressive atmosphere, a suffocating sense of dread that clings to them like a shroud. Next stop, Chateau de Brissac, the Green Lady's Lament. We journey now to the Loire Valley of France, to the magnificent Chateau de Brissac, where a tragic tale of love, betrayal, and murder has left an indelible mark. Imagine, you're wandering through the opulent rooms of the chateau, admiring the tapestries and the antique furniture. Suddenly, the air turns cold, and you hear a soft, mournful sigh. This is the domain of the Green Lady, the ghost of Charlotte de Brise, a former resident of the chateau who was brutally murdered by her husband after he discovered her infidelity. It's said that she was found in the Tower of the Green Lady with her lover, both slain in a fit of jealous rage. Charlotte's spirit is said to roam the halls of the chateau, her presence marked by a chilling cold spot and an eerie green glow. Some have even reported seeing her full-bodied apparition, her face contorted in an expression of eternal sorrow. Next destination, Eastern State Penitentiary, solitary confinement of the soul. Our journey takes us to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to the imposing walls of Eastern State Penitentiary. Imagine, you're standing in a narrow cell, the heavy steel door clanging shut behind you. The only light comes from a small, barred window high above, casting eerie shadows. Inmates lived in complete isolation. Their only contact the guards and occasional sunlight. The real horror lies in what remains. Spirits of the incarcerated still linger, driven mad by solitary confinement. Next stop, Aokigahara Forest, where souls wander lost. Our exploration takes us now to the shadow of Mount Fuji in Japan, to the Aokigahara Forest, a place of eerie beauty and unsettling silence, where the weight of sorrow hangs heavy in the air. Imagine, you're walking through a dense forest, the sunlight barely penetrating the thick canopy of trees. The air is still and silent, except for the crunch of leaves beneath your feet. Known as the Suicide Forest, Aokigahara has a tragic history, a place where people have gone for centuries to end their lives. But it's not just the living who are drawn to this place. For within the forest's depths, the spirits of the dead are said to wander, lost and searching for release. Visitors speak of an overwhelming sense of sadness that permeates the forest, a feeling of being watched, followed by unseen eyes. Electronic devices malfunction, compasses spin wildly, as if the very laws of nature are disrupted within Aokigahara's borders. Some believe that the spirits of Aokigahara feed on the sorrow of the living, drawing strength from the despair of those who enter its depths. Next, Catacombs of Paris, City of Bones, Whispers of the Dead. Our journey into the heart of darkness takes us deep beneath the bustling streets of Paris to the catacombs, a labyrinthine network of tunnels lined with the bones of millions of Parisians. Imagine, you're walking through a narrow passageway, the walls on either side of you formed by stacks of human skulls and femurs. The air is thick and musty, the silence broken only by the sound of your own breathing. Created in the 18th century to address the overflowing cemeteries of Paris, the catacombs are a testament to the city's long and storied past. But they are also a breeding ground for paranormal activity, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin and porous. Visitors speak of feeling a constant sense of being watched, followed, as if the spirits of the interred are tracking their every move. Whispers seem to emanate from the walls themselves, disembodied voices murmuring in languages long forgotten. Paranormal investigators have captured countless EVPs within the catacombs, chilling whispers and moans that seem to originate from the very air itself. Next stop, Tower of London, where history haunts the present. Our final destination takes us to the heart of London, England, to the Tower of London, a fortress steeped in 1,000 years of history, intrigue, and bloodshed. Imagine, you're standing on Tower Green, the execution site for countless souls, including Anne Boleyn. The air is thick with the weight of history. For centuries, the tower has served as a royal palace, a prison, and a place of execution. It's no wonder that this historic fortress is considered one of the most haunted places in the world. Visitors and staff alike have reported seeing ghostly apparitions within the tower's walls. The most famous ghost is Anne Boleyn, who was beheaded in 1536. Her ghostly figure is said to haunt the Tower Green and the Chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula. These locations are not just remnants of history. They are gateways to the unknown, where the spirits of the past continue to walk among us. If you're brave enough, perhaps you'll visit one of these haunted places yourself. But beware, for you may find more than just history waiting for you. As we conclude our journey into the heart of darkness, we are left with more questions than answers. What lies beyond the veil of death? What causes these unexplained phenomena? And are we truly alone in this vast and mysterious universe? Perhaps one day we will have the answers. But until then, we can only explore, investigate, and confront the unknown with courage and an open mind.